It's 94 degrees at 10:40 in the morning. I'm really just trying to focus. I got that heat exhaustion kind of creeping up on me.
In the heart of the American Southwest, there is a 1,000-mile route through what is simultaneously some of the most diverse and most challenging terrain in the country. It crosses hundreds of miles of inhospitable desert, traverses mountain passes well above 10,000 feet, and riding conditions can turn against you in a matter of hours. My friends and I have budgeted 2 weeks to complete the Utah BDR. Starting in the red desert of southern Utah, we'll make our way north with a plan to camp as many nights as possible. We'll be doing this with no support crew, meaning we're on our own for bike repairs, fuel management, and navigating the evolving terrain on the route. On the morning of day 3, it was a major priority for us to get out of camp as early as possible, because if the desert section ahead of us was at all similar to our last one, it would be over 100 degrees out before noon. Except, contrary to our last desert section, this one was going to be significantly tougher. We spent much of the previous night analyzing our map, and it appeared that ahead of us was a 70-plus mile trek across some of the roughest terrain this route had to offer. To make things more interesting, I was going to have to complete this passage on a damaged rear tire. But if all of us, including myself, could make it through, then Moab would be on the other side, and we could get resources and work on our bikes. I'd be lying if I didn't admit that we were all super stoked for the challenge, but there's no denying it. In those conditions, an injury or a bike problem could be absolutely catastrophic for us.
Today is going to be a big day. Today is the day we find out if the zip tie fix on my rear tire is going to hold up. And it's the last day of riding until we get into Moab, which, if I need to, I can get fresh tires there. But from what I've read, this should get pretty crazy. A lot of rock shelves, a lot of really chunky sections. Could be gnarly. And right on cue, the sun's coming up behind us. So we probably only have a couple hours till this gets too hot. But we got 70 miles of ground to cover and a whole lot of chunk. Oh, also, if you didn't see the last episode and you're kind of wondering why my tire is zip tied, one of the cables that kind of holds the structural integrity for the tire, one of those metal cables that runs through it, I must have broke it on the install process, which I've never done before. Ever. I've done a lot of tire changes. The bead isn't setting, so it's like the tire is pulling apart and trying to push off the rim. So we're using the zip ties to force it to stay in the rim. So if you saw the first episode of this series, you would have known that already. But I'm sure there's a lot of new viewers on this episode, so that's the explanation for that. And so far, it's lasted like 300 miles. So I just let the group get a little bit ahead of me, so the three of them, they could be anywhere from, you know, half mile to a mile ahead of me, but I think we're getting into the hard stuff. Things are getting chunkier. I see a lot of switchbacks coming up on my GPS. I think this is where things go from easy to expert. Dude, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I always like it when things get a little bit harder. It makes me lock in and focus on the ride. Nothing better. Yeah, these rocks are getting much chunkier. Oh, I see them. They're, looks like there's about, oh, I lost them. I think they're like a quarter mile. There they are. I caught a glimpse of one of them for a second. I think they're like a quarter mile ahead of me. All right. It's about to get ugly. We got a good bit of gap between each rider. I'm gonna see if I can't close that gap a little bit, but this is gonna get meaty. I just had a rim breaker. Ow, that hurt. God, look at that canyon. Oh, look at those rocks. Yeah, Carter. Imagine trying to do this on like a big GS or like an Africa Twin or something. You know, some of those like much bigger bikes. I'd say the T7 is like a step below those, but I'd still consider it full size. I can hear my radiator just cooking away down there. The fan is working hard right now. Doesn't surprise me though, it's starting to heat up. And the slow speed stuff with me and the bags, yeah, this motor's working hard. God, just look at this place, man. Otherworldly. Oh yeah, big shelves. Gotta fully commit. You got it, Carter, you got it. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Crap, it happened again. I let him get ahead of me. This is what happens. I have to change camera batteries. And then everyone's like, yeah, it's getting hot. We gotta go. Yeah, that first techie section was crazy, dude. So glad we all made it up. You want me to try and pick a line first? I think I see my line. Yeah!
Made it.
I respect the effort, man. All right, everybody survived, standing upright. Just cooled down the shirts and some water that I packed. I'm basically the pack mule for like 2 gallons of water right now. I was like, I'm not going out in the desert without a boatload of water. So I'm the water guy. But yeah, we're all freshly cooled down, ready to hit the next one. Oh, whoa! Is that a car? Check this thing out. Just riddled with bullet holes.
Well, it was a camper.
Yeah, it was a camper. I think my chain is like dry as a bone right now. I just hear it squeaking and clacking. Oh shit. Whoa!
Ah!
Yeah! Oh! Dude! Oh my god! Watching you guys jump that, I was like,
I didn't know it was gonna happen, but I was like, it should work.
I know!
So much air. How high off the ground is that?
Hi!
Both wheels.
Yeah! Oh man, I can't believe I should have waited. I should have been behind him. The amount of air that Carter got when he jumped that ledge, dude, all of them jumped it. I feel like less of a man now. Dude, that was just crazy cool seeing those full-size bikes catch air like that. They got some brass ones, that is for sure. I'd be so puckered up trying to jump a 500-pound bike like that. Hell, I was puckered up just looking at it. That's why I took the easy way up that one. Oh, he's got it. Nice. Oh! Whoa! Dude, that was a pit. Oh, big rocks. Oh, really chunky square edge stuff. Clutch burners and rim breakers. Oh man, major chunk. Whew. It's getting hot. My watch currently says 94. It's 94 degrees at 10:40 in the morning. Man, we're starting to cook out here. Such a good idea for us to leave early in the morning like we did. Yeah, I'm guessing that by like 2 to 4 o'clock, roughly in that range, you know, peak afternoon heat, it's over 100 out here, no doubt in my mind. You know, it's funny, there was a time last year when I called BLM Ranger and asked about this area before I went out and started riding, and I wasn't even riding in this exact, you know, mountain pass or canyon pass, or I don't know what it counts as, and I was just asking about Moab in general, and you know, what is the biggest danger out here, like what do people die of the most? And it was, you know, crashes and the usual things that you'd associate with motorsports and things. But one step above that, and was even more common, was dehydration and getting overheated. So I took that to heart, which is why I packed so much water on this trip. Water's good for drinking, it's good for soaking your shirts, it's good for everything. Water is life out here. Nice shelf. Oh man, this is so cool. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah! Oh, I freaking love Utah, man. The coolest state in the nation, I'm telling you. Oh, man. Get some space between each other. Nice. Make sure he's good. He's got space. All right, my turn. Man, going up that would have been that would have been rough. Oh, yeah. Come on. That's a hard turn at the top. Easy on that front brake. Yeah! Slow and steady. I gotta say, because I know I haven't been talking for a little bit, I'm really just trying to focus. I got that, you know, heat exhaustion kind of creeping up on me. Temps are still rising. I don't even think it's noon yet, but I'm cooking. Starting to get some of those heat headaches. But I think we should be in Moab within the next 2 hours. This is sketchy, some high exposure stuff. Yeah, rocks and exposure. Those two things are a mean combo. Oh my God, man. Got it. One down. Nice. Two. Sweet. Hell yeah, dude. Oh man, we got some shade. Looks like it. Yeah, the tiniest bit of shade. It's crazy to me that cars come up this. Well, I guess I can't say cars, so I can say, you know, trucks, Jeeps. Oh, you got a nice shade spot. I love how there's just plastic bits and metal bits all over the trail. Like that's a small little mud flap from a truck or a Jeep. Don't tip over. I bet this little canyon floods so much every year. Holy crap. Hell yeah. Nice, dude. Good job. I think we made it out of the hard stuff. I might be wrong, but I think we did it. Oh, this is so much nicer now. I can cruise, it's not beating us up. That's a much needed break. A little more airflow over the bodies. A little more airflow over the radiators too. My goodness, man, my bike was getting hot. Hey, I think that's the Colorado River. Oh man, I want to jump in that so badly right now. Hey, look at that, other people. I don't think we've seen a soul out here. And now finally it's a couple of, man, those cars seem like they're way too nice to be taken on this kind of stuff. Alright, he gave me a cool hand signal. These guys are chill. I like them. But man, I'd be so nervous to take any kind of four-wheel drive vehicle on this stuff. This deep sand. I think once we climb up out of this canyon, it's pretty much a straight shot into Moab. I think I rode this area when I visited Moab last year. But I really hope we get to Moab soon because I am cooked. I'm out of energy, I'm getting way overheated. Oh man. Yeah, I'm beat up. City of Rocks. Is this the top? Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, man. Dude, top of the world.
Yeah.
Way to go, man. Air Nux. Yeah, Carter!
Section going up eventually with the room. All downhill from here into Moab. Yeah!
You know what's cool, man? I'm pretty sure we didn't have a single crash on this section, did we?
No. Yeah, that was great riding by everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody did pretty well. By the end of it, I had no energy to like stand up or do anything, man. I had chicken legs.
My calves.
Yeah.
My calves are cooked.
Alright, well, into Moab, I suppose. Alright, you guys, update time. We have made it to Moab, and I am super proud to announce that this is a first for me. This is a big achievement. I have made it hundreds of miles now on tires that were patched up with some zip ties. I'm kind of proud of that one. So now that we're here, there's a little bit of housekeeping work that we got to do. First off, rolling into town, we went and got some lunch, and I noticed my light unit, it broke off. So we need to go figure out how to make another bracket to mount my light unit back on my bike. Oh, someone's having a bad day. Yeesh. That sucks. Currently, Carter and I are on our way to a power sports shop to pick up an air filter for him and some extra oil for me. And then after that, you know, we're gonna go wash the bikes. There's a little power wash station, so we'll go clean them up. make them a little bit easier to work on, a little less dirty. Then we're gonna just spend some time getting the bikes ready to go and get ready for the next stretch. Anyways, that is the update. Gonna get all that done, and I'll catch back up with you guys later. Adios. We ran all over town to get you know, materials to make a new mounting bracket with. We called some fab shops, we called some mechanic shops. We were basically just calling all these shops to say, hey, you know, what would it take to just drill a couple of holes and, you know, cut a couple inches off these pieces of metal. And every shop was like, oh, $150 minimum, $200 minimum. They had all their project minimums, and we're like, all right, screw that. You know, we could buy tools if we wanted to for that price. And we got super lucky. There was a guy in the parking lot who we started talking to, and he was on a motorcycle too, and we were telling him the problem that I was having, and one of the guys was like, oh dude, I brought all my tools, you know, I have my work truck. And he was like, yeah, I have an angle grinder, I have a drill, I have all of it, but just come to camp with me and we'll take care of it. I got a new headlight mount, works perfect, and it should be a lot stronger. Now, the plan for tonight is Nathan and Tyler and their dad are staying in some cabins in Moab, because Nathan and Tyler are going to do a float trip down the Green River starting in Moab. And you know, they're taking a break from the BDR. This is part of their trip, and so it's going to be just Carter and I for a little bit. So for tonight, we're going to stay with them. We're going to charge some camera gear, work on the bikes. I got to do an oil change on my bike. I'm sure I've really cooked the oil out in the heat today. I got to swap the air filter out too. I'm sure it was sucking in a whole bunch of dust. Then tomorrow, we're going to head up into the LaSalle Mountains, and I'm super excited about that because I was talking to another guy at the hardware store who told me about a bunch of cool trails and some alpine lakes, some really good camping opportunities that are up in those mountains. So we're ahead of schedule right now. We're not in a rush to leave this surrounding area yet, and the LaSalle should be really cool. So that should pretty much catch you up to speed for what the last couple hours have been like. Some really good stuff coming. I'm gonna head back to the cabins and hang out with the rest of the guys and get ready for tomorrow, because we're gonna be going up into those mountains up there. So with that, I will see you guys in the morning. Adios, guys. It looks like there might be some clouds rolling in. With how much it rained this morning, I wouldn't be surprised. Keep up momentum, come on. Looks like there's a rainstorm coming in, and coming in hot. Worst case scenario showed up. Yeah, the sky just opened up.
That's like closer to quarter than half sometimes.